Have you ever wondered if ancient structures like the towering ziggurats of Sumeria were built to welcome visitors from the stars? Could these monumental sky temples have been designed as landing sites for extraterrestrial beings known as the Anunnaki? Join us today as we unravel the fascinating connections between Sumerian mythology, ancient aliens, and humanity's mysterious past. If you're intrigued by ancient mysteries and the possibility of extraterrestrial visitors shaping human history, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Best of History and Mythology. Hit the like button and ring the bell to stay updated on all our latest content. In the heart of Sumerian cities like Uruk and Eridu, the towering ziggurats rose above the landscape, serving as both religious and architectural marvels. These step structures were not merely temples, but were believed to be the meeting points between humans and the Anunnaki gods. According to Sumerian mythology, the ziggurats functioned as sky temples or landing platforms for the gods, connecting Earth with the heavens. It was here that the gods of Sumeria were thought to descend from the skies, interacting with the priest kings and imparting their divine will. The most famous of these structures was the Anunnaki ziggurat in Babylon, often associated with the biblical Tower of Babel, which the Sumerians believed was built to reach the heavens. Modern interpretations, especially those tied to ancient aliens theories, suggest that the ziggurats were designed as landing sites for alien gods, who used them as a base of operations while overseeing their creation, humanity. The design of the ziggurats was highly symbolic, with each tier representing a step closer to the divine. The highest point was where the gods would descend, allowing the Sumerians to communicate and offer sacrifices to maintain favor with the Anunnaki. These sky temples were not only places of worship, but also centers of power, where the ruling class would convene with the gods to ensure the prosperity of Sumer. The construction of these temples required immense knowledge of architecture and engineering, knowledge that the Sumerians credited to Enki and the other Anunnaki gods. Some believe that this architectural advancement is further evidence that the Anunnaki were ancient astronauts, sharing their superior technology with early humans. The precision and complexity of these structures, particularly their alignment with celestial bodies, have led to speculation that the Anunnaki provided insights into astronomy, further advancing the Sumerians' understanding of the cosmos. Through the ziggurats, the Sumerians believed they could maintain their connection to the heavens and the gods who came from above. These sky temples became the central focus of religious life, with rituals and offerings made to ensure that the gods of Sumeria continued to favor humanity. Even today, the remains of these grand structures stand as a testament to the deep belief the Sumerians had in their divine connection to the Anunnaki and the heavens. In Sumerian mythology, the story of the Great Flood is one of divine wrath and cosmic cleansing. The Anunnaki gods, particularly Enlil, grew increasingly frustrated with humanity. Over time, the noise and chaos caused by the rapid expansion of human cities like Uruk and Eridu angered the god of storms. He believed that humans had become too troublesome, and thus he sought to wipe them out with a catastrophic flood. Unlike his brother, Enki, the god of wisdom, had always favored humanity. When Enlil made his decision, Enki secretly warned a mortal man named Ziusudra, known in later traditions as Utnapishtim or Noah, about the impending disaster. He instructed Ziusudra to build a massive ark, large enough to save his family and animals from the deluge that would soon cover the earth. This story closely mirrors the flood narrative found in later Mesopotamian and biblical texts, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh. As the waters rose, the world was submerged and most of humanity perished. Ziusudra's ark, however, survived the storm, and when the waters receded, he made a sacrifice to the Anunnaki gods. Enlil, initially enraged that some humans had survived, was eventually persuaded by Enki to spare Ziusudra and reward him for his obedience. This event marked a new beginning for humanity, and the Sumerians believed that the gods had decided to give humans a second chance under their watchful eyes. Some theories suggest that the flood was an event orchestrated by advanced beings, possibly alien gods, who sought to control or reset the human population. This catastrophic event, recorded across multiple cultures, further fuels the belief that the Anunnaki gods were involved in shaping human destiny through both divine intervention and advanced technology. The flood myth also served as a powerful warning to the Sumerians about the consequences of disobedience to the gods. The destruction of humanity was seen as a necessary act to restore balance between Earth and the heavens, emphasizing the delicate relationship between mortals and the Anunnaki. Through this narrative, the Sumerians understood the importance of maintaining the favor of their gods, as they held the power to both create and destroy. This great flood not only cleansed the earth, but also symbolized the rebirth of human civilization under the guidance of the Sumerian gods. It reinforced the idea that humanity's survival was directly tied to the will of the Anunnaki, furthering the belief in their role as astronaut gods and the architects of human fate. Do you believe the Great Flood described by the Sumerians and other ancient cultures was simply a myth? Or could it have been an engineered event by advanced extraterrestrial beings to control human civilization? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki gods did not remain on Earth indefinitely. After their work of creating and guiding humanity was done, they returned to their celestial home, often associated with the distant planet Nibiru. However, they left behind prophecies hinting at their eventual return to Earth. This belief became central to Sumerian culture as they awaited the reappearance of their divine benefactors. The Anunnaki's departure and promised return continued to fuel reverence and awe, as the Sumerians believed that their gods would once again intervene in human affairs. Some interpretations of these myths suggest that the Anunnaki's return is tied to astronomical events, with Nibiru re-entering the solar system on a cyclical orbit. This idea of the gods as astronaut gods has fascinated modern theorists who connect the Anunnaki to the concept of ancient aliens. According to these theories, the Anunnaki are advanced beings, perhaps extraterrestrial in origin, who will return with their technology and wisdom, bringing about a new era for humanity. Throughout the ancient texts, there are subtle references to the Anunnaki visiting Earth again to check on the progress of their creation. The Sumerians believed that when the Anunnaki returned, they would restore order and usher in a golden age of prosperity and knowledge. For them, the gods of Sumeria had never truly abandoned humanity, but were watching from the stars, waiting for the right time to make their presence known again. If you're fascinated by the connections between ancient gods and potential alien encounters, don't forget to subscribe to Best of History and Mythology. Like this video and activate the bell to keep exploring these incredible theories and historical mysteries together. Some believe that ancient sites, such as ziggurats and other monumental structures in Mesopotamia, hold clues to the Anunnaki's eventual reappearance. These theories propose that the Anunnaki will bring with them advanced technology and knowledge that could revolutionize human civilization once again, just as they did in the cities of Uruk, Eridu, and Sumer thousands of years ago. The Anunnaki's return is not only a mythological expectation, but also a symbol of hope for renewal and divine intervention in times of chaos. As humanity continues to advance, the possibility of reconnecting with the Anunnaki gods raises questions about our origins and our future. Do you think the Anunnaki gods will one day return to Earth as ancient prophecies suggest, bringing with them advanced knowledge that could once again transform our civilization? Share your opinion in the comments below. The influence of the Anunnaki gods on human civilization extends far beyond the borders of ancient Mesopotamia. The myths of the Sumerians, passed down through oral traditions and later written on clay tablets, became the foundation for many of the stories found in later cultures, such as the Akkadians, Babylonians, and even the Hebrews. From the epic tales of Gilgamesh to the biblical narratives of creation and the Great Flood, the legacy of the gods of Sumeria can be seen across various ancient texts. The concept of divine beings descending from the sky to guide or rule over humanity is not unique to the Sumerians. The idea of the Anunnaki as astronaut gods has resonated throughout history, influencing myths about gods and demigods in other cultures. In Greek mythology, for example, gods like Zeus and Apollo also interacted with humans from the heavens, much like the Anunnaki. This cross-cultural connection supports the theory that the Sumerian gods were the original template for many of the later pantheons that emerged across the ancient world. The legacy of the Anunnaki also manifests in the religious and philosophical ideas of later cultures. Concepts of divine judgment, the afterlife, and humanity's relationship with the cosmos can all be traced back to Sumerian mythology. The Anunnaki gods' interaction with humanity, whether through creation, punishment, or guidance, shaped how the ancient world viewed the divine and their place in the universe. This influence can be seen in the way the Sumerians understood their gods as not distant, abstract figures, but beings actively involved in their everyday lives. The idea of ancient aliens has sparked debates among scholars and enthusiasts alike, who continue to explore the possibility that the stories of the Anunnaki are evidence of contact between humans and intelligent life from other planets. From ancient myths to modern interpretations, the legacy of the Anunnaki gods remains a central theme in our understanding of human history and mythology. Whether viewed as divine beings or alien gods, the Anunnaki's role in shaping human culture is undeniable, continuing to inspire curiosity and speculation about humanity's origins and our potential connections to the stars. The theory that the Anunnaki were ancient astronauts was popularized by authors like Zecharia Sitchin, whose work suggested that the Sumerian gods came from the distant planet Nibiru. One of the most compelling aspects of these modern interpretations is the link between Sumerian mythology and similar myths found in other ancient cultures. The narrative of gods descending from the heavens to interact with humanity appears in many ancient texts, from the Epic of Gilgamesh to the biblical stories of Eden and the Great Flood. These parallels have led some to believe that the Anunnaki were part of a larger pattern of contact between early humans and advanced beings, whether divine or extraterrestrial. Critics of the ancient aliens theory argue that there is insufficient archaeological evidence to support the idea that the Anunnaki were extraterrestrial beings. They suggest that the myths of the Sumerians should be understood as symbolic, representing humanity's quest for understanding the cosmos, rather than literal accounts of alien encounters. However, the debate continues, with many enthusiasts seeing the Anunnaki as a key to unlocking the mysteries of our past. Thanks for joining us on this extraordinary journey. Stay tuned for more amazing revelations in our next video on Best of History and Mythology.